Hello my lovelies, Rob here from Kickback Garage. Today we're going to be both in and out the garage. I've got some good news and some terrible news. If that's something you fancy having a watch of, grab the old coffee and I'll send the scooter over. What? Right, so this video was going to be all about me fitting the new Ducati electronic ignition system on this beautiful SST engine that has been fit lovely into the DL project I'm doing at the moment for my man Auden. But we'll go straight over to the bad news, and I have to tell you that there's something fishy going on with the frame here. I used ages trying to fit the engine into the frame here. One thing that I do notice on the frame, which is a bit unusual compared to normal Lambretta stuff, is there does seem to be some anomalies on this frame loop here. Another thing is the welding of the engine bar. It's like a stack of dimes, as they say. It looks quite nice. Normally on Ingenti, it looks like a dog turd that's been glued to the frame. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I tried to use the normal method of fitting the rear shock to the engine and then lifting up the silent block part to fit the main engine bar into the frame, but that is not working whatsoever. The odd thing is the engine seems to be centered in the frame, okay, so I can't quite wrap my head around what's going on here. I suspect the engine bar has been moved slightly forward, or the loop has been re-welded and maybe re-welded crooked, so that this side is further in, sort of towards the center of the scooter, than the other side. And that's why I was thinking maybe the frame was bent, but what I'm thinking is, yeah, it's one of those things at least. I haven't got the measurements to sort this out. So what we're going to have to do is... luckily Mickey is going to Sweden on some sort of event with this lad. So he's going to take his scooter so that Mickey from Casa Lambretta Casa Performance can have a look at the frame and give us some pointers as to what we need to do to be able to fit this engine. Also, thing to note is the bump stop is quite far forward of the bump stop on the frame. So what I suspect sort of, it's either, like I said, the loop has been welded wrong, or maybe a combination of all this stuff, or the engine bar holder, the frame on the frame has been removed and welded too far forward. I think I'd like to, there is some strange going on the loop here. I think I'd like to see this engine, this frame sandblasted, so we can have a look at what's actually been going on there. Really strange. So what I'll show you now is that the scooter area is propped up on trusty bucket here, and when I try and lift it up to fit the shock, just keep an eye out. If you just keep an eye out on this part here, you can see I've got some scrapings going on the manifold here. I don't think it's because the engine is too big. I think it's basically because there's something strange and mystical going on here. So I'll just give it a bit of a lift and you can have a look. There is no way, if I lift it up enough, there you go, even the spark plug is touching the bracket that holds the cables there. So I'm going to try and lift it up enough, and as you can see, the frame hits the cowl there before I've got any chance of fitting this shock. And just so you know, this shock is a Protec 300, so it shouldn't have any problems with clearance here at all. So there's just no way I can get that in. So this project has been stopped dead in its tracks. But we we are going to fix this, and this scooter is coming back to me, and we're going to do a full rebuild. But I'll tell you what I know about the frame once that's been blasted and checked and measured. We really need to throw it in a jig to find out what's going on here. But it does seem that this is bent too far in. The strange thing being that the panel fits quite nicely. So I don't think the loop itself is actually bent. It's either been welded in too far to the left, or like I said, the engine bar is too far forward in the frame. I did measure that at center, measured it to about 13 centimeters. My mate Jonathan in Sweden, he measured his to 12.5, and like half a centimeter, that's enough to give us some problems there, especially with this big engine in here. So that's a bit annoying. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Let's get geared up and get out on the road. I think my camera angle is a bit wonky. Just let me adjust it. Like that, I think is better, maybe. Let me put my visor down. Right, well. Let me just put it in fifth there. If anything, if I have a slight few weeks that I'm not on this scooter, that I've been riding the Series 1, just amazes me at how loud this little pipe is. It's really annoying, because otherwise the fit and finish on the Avanti Xbox ST is pretty good. It is lacking a little bit in mid-range, but it does allow me to still does allow me to cruise, like here, 80 kilometers an hour. What's that? 60 in fifth gear. So it's not all bad. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, there's three things I would need to talk about while I'm on my going down to the lads to meet up with them for a waffle and a ride. Is firstly, I have sold my Series 1. Yep, you heard me right, I have sold my Series 1. Well, the reason for that is I've only got one bum. I've always really been sort of a one horse pony type of guy. I sold the Brit bike, Rickman Matisse, original Rickman Matisse from 1966. I sold that so I could build the Series 1 so my son could witness the pleasures of Lambretta, but now he's got his car license and his motorbike license. We're finding that the Series 1 wasn't getting used that much, so I decided to sell it, mostly because I will be using the proceeds on that one to build another Brit bike. So I'm probably going to lose lots of subscribers there when I start posting videos of Brit bikes, but that's life. That's what I like. So I sort of miss the lads, most of the lads in my scooter club, plus another small bunch, all ride around on old vintage motorbikes, and they ride gravel rides and stuff like that, and out with the tent and all stuff that I love, just with a slightly different flavour, and I miss that. So that's why I've sold the Series 1. Another thing I need to talk about is if you have followed the channel the last few months and actually been listening to what I've been saying, I have been prototyping a Lambretta rear shock, and so I got sent up 3 shocks, a whole bunch of shim stacks,
I've been messing around with oil viscosity, but what I found was the shock that I was modifying, it was I really wasn't happy with the way that the adjustments worked. So I took out the clicker adjuster and I modified it in my lathe by eye. I tried that. It was still not quite as hard as I wanted it to be. Then I rebuilt it again with slightly thicker viscosity oil, and what I ended up doing was getting up another shock that I modified with the shim stack that I was happy with, which is pretty different to the ones that the shocks come with. I'll tell you all about this probably in a video coming to you very soon. But anyway, to cut a long story short, I've had 6 shocks. One of them was a complete custom. I've sent photos of terrible measurements. I don't know how they did it, but the boys pulled the rabbit out of the hat, and they have now production built the shock that I was testing on the last Norway tour, and that is what I've got on my my scooter at the moment, and I have to say it feels really nice. We've also done something about length adjustment, and yeah, so that's coming in a video pretty soon. This is sort of the final test ride to see if I like the now new factory settings on this particular shock. Exciting stuff. Another thing I need to talk about is I'm getting a little bit quiet in the garage because my wife has had a terrible accident in her car. Luckily she's fine. She's fine physically. She's healing well, but she's struggling a little bit psychologically. So unfortunately, I have to use a bit of time with her, so less time in the garage, and she's almost stopped. She's almost stopped driving the car. So all the stuff she used to do before, shopping, stuff like that, that's now my responsibility. And I've got the new job, and yeah, just a lot happening at the moment. But yeah, so that's that really. All the lots and lots of bad news. One really good news. I'm really liking this shock. I think we're going to go and find some gravel roads today on our ride out, and I should be able to put this shock through its paces. But over these undulations and bumps that we've got on our roads and the potholes, it feels very much like the prototype shock I was riding on the last video. Right, so I'll turn off the camera and I'll turn it back on again when we're out with the lads. Alright. I love you, Bella. Original paint. Bella 200. Check out that. Electric start. Stunning. Ooh. Hey! I don't know why you can be bothered pushing that thing all the time. Everybody's pushing. We can't even go for a short ride without something not working. Gravel roads, gravel roads. Woohoo! Dunk dunk. Oh, beautiful. Give it another one. Go on, bang. Oh, very good, very good. Nice. Aim for this horrible. Ah, sits great. Some more holes I can aim for. I'm sort of aiming for the holes. Come on, Mr. Malossi. That's BGM RT230 power for you. 240, sorry. Twist that throttle and she goes. Love it. The bell is really whizzing now. It was 83 kilometers an hour on the flat there. Driving some kind of alternative route. What are they doing? Not exactly fun riding on wet leaves, but mad as a box of frogs. It's definitely getting to the end of the riding season. Oh, and I've got a dry road there, love it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Don't forget, do the old subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. I love you and leave yous. Ta-ra. Alternative routes.